Welcome to the empty apartment tour. I always like seeing these on YouTube, and I guess we can do some fun things in this time. I am moving in early because I am slightly concerned that Ohio is going to do a mandatory self-quarantine, and then I would kind of be stuck because of my lease ending. So they thankfully let me move in early without any extra charge, which is just so nice. It's so less stressful on me. But let's look at the place. So this is the entrance that you walk in. We've got a closet. Good size. This is bigger than the closet that I have. Granted, I have 4 closets at my old place, but this is good. I'll be able to put the shelving units that I use inside, and that will be great. And then we have the bathroom. Nice improvement. I do have, what is this, granite countertops? Oh good, I have a bath. I was worried that I was losing my bathtub. Over here, I've got a little bit of storage. I know you're not supposed to put a ton of stuff in here, but I think I'll be able to put my Christmas decor here. And then I do have a washer and dryer. Small, but it's there. Then this is the bedroom, which has this interesting barn door. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this open because I'm thinking I need the wall space. But anyway, so here's the bedroom. It does not have overhead lighting, which I hate, but a lot of apartments don't. So we'll have to see if there's any way I can get some. Oh, those look like lights that I can take off and put lighting in. Here's my closet. The very first time that I'll be downsizing my closet, at least it's not super tiny, I'll be able to put shoe rack, and then I do have a very old shelving unit or drawer set that I bought for college that I still use for all my gym clothes. And then I have all of this up here, and yeah, just an average looking closet. And then we've got lighting, which is great. This is gonna be good. And I have a nice sill for my plants. This will be my view. So there's the Chase building, that's a hotel. There's Key Bank. You can also see right there, there's the Dispatch, Columbus Dispatch. That's the newspaper. It's like their sign. I don't think that's actually where they are housed. And you can't see my work. It's actually on the other side. But there's a bus stop, which I heard is loud, but you know what? It's far down there. That'll be fine. Oh, here's the kitchen. It does have a lot of lighting in the kitchen, but there is no lighting in the living room or this area, which is supposedly the dining room. This is actually a bit bigger than I was thinking it was going to be. So my plan was to have the TV here and then a couch here. But now I'm thinking it may just be better to put it over there and to keep my crafting here. This is a lot of things to think about with where to put all my furniture because it's definitely a lot smaller. So yeah, here's this barn door, which honestly, I feel like I'm probably just gonna keep it closed. because then I have more wall space for my bookshelves. Unless I put it in the bedroom, but there it is. There's the new abode. Not many places to hide. Let's go unpack some of my things. This is the most hectic move I have ever done in my life. There's still stuff that needs to go into boxes. One of my friends is coming over to pick up my dresser in about 2-ish hours. I have to go to Spectrum because internet can't wait at this point. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave my apartment. It looks so horrible. Look at all these boxes. Yeah. And they're not like super full because heavy boxes are a pain to move. But once I get to the new apartment, that's gonna be great. Trying to figure out where all the boxes are gonna go while I attempt to unpack them. So yeah. Right now I'm trying to remember where I put my wallet. And then we're leaving. Okay, sorry about the light. I have literally just a bulb because it's so dark in my apartment. As you can see, I have boxes here. There are more boxes over there. My friend came, picked up the dresser. I drove to Spectrum because I was told that I could pick up my modem router from any Spectrum, and nope, you can't. You can only pick it up in Columbus. Dayton only services Cincinnati. So that was cool. I waited half an hour in a social distancing line, which was really bizarre. And so that failed. And then I tried to drop my books off at the library, and that failed because the book drops are closed. What if I was like leaving the state? What would I do? Where would my books go? Would I have to mail these books back? Yeah, this is just, I know these are little things, but they just add to a move. I'm just irritated that my apartment is just so messy because normally I'm a very organized mover. I don't mind moving. I enjoy moving, but this has been kind of like a nightmare. So additional updates. Ohio hasn't really done any further locking down, but I know Pennsylvania has requested that all non-essential businesses be shut down or mandated it. The Ohio governor, he makes a lot of recommendations, but they don't seem to be like laws or whatever. I'm not totally sure. I mean, one of my friends is still going to work, and she's in like an accounting office, like they do taxes. So like this is a super busy time for her, which I also haven't done my taxes yet. Oh, and I also got my census. I didn't do that. I'm moving. I don't know what to put. I need to research that and figure out, or I'll just pretend I'm still here, because at this point, like, I don't even care anymore. It's not creepy at all down here.
We don't need to drop it anymore, right? That's everything.
That is everything. This is my life. Welcome. I do need to go back to Dayton tomorrow. Reason being, I need to clean. I'm not gonna do a ton of cleaning because the apartment complex, oh, it got dark. The apartment complex is putting in granite countertops, so they're gonna be in both bathrooms and the kitchen. So really, why do heavy cleaning when they're going to be basically doing a renovation? I have a headache. It's not terrible, but it's there. It's there. Yeah, so I'm going to start putting stuff away. Honestly, I am so tired. I'm probably gonna go to bed. But I live in the city now. I actually love city living. I've always wanted to live in the city. My favorite vacations are going to New York. I've talked about that before. I'm so excited for this. Fingers crossed it's not like super loud. I like background noise. I just don't like people screaming. That's the one thing I don't like, is when there's like fights. It makes me a little uncomfortable. It's time to head back to Dayton. My friend is picking me up and she's driving me back so that I can clean and bring my car back because it is currently in Dayton. I also have this really weird feeling I didn't lock the front door, which I hope I did. And if I didn't, I hope no one stole my Mac desktop. That is basically the only thing of value that is still in my apartment. I left it there because I have internet in Dayton, and while I cleaned, I figured, it'd be nice to listen to music, have internet, and not use my phone the whole time. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. She should be picking me up in about 5-ish minutes, so yeah. So I managed to unpack 4 boxes, 3 of the medium and then a large one, and then I have been unpacking bits and pieces of other boxes as well as some of the suitcases. So I'm actually going to bring these 3 boxes back with me because of the food. Now, I honestly don't think I need these, but I would rather be safe than sorry and have enough boxes for food. Welcome to my car. It's pretty much full. I do this a lot actually when I move. I fill my car up. I can't see through the rear view mirror. Don't at me, okay? This is not the time. I can see both my side mirrors, just not my rear, which again, I've done this so many times now.
I am at my old apartment. I cleaned. I literally only have the bathroom and the kitchen floor to clean. Bathroom, I need to do the tub. I'm waiting for someone to pick up my box spring. It is 7 o'clock. It's a little bit after 7. And it's going to take me about an hour to get home. New home. And then who knows how long it's going to take me to unpack. It's sleeting. And Ohio is going into lockdown starting tomorrow at midnight. So I essentially have 29 hours to get someone to take my box spring. I have it up for free. I also have a patio set. It's free. I can't have it, and I can't take it with me. It's not going to fit in my car. This is when I regret having a small car, because having a larger car would have made this easier. And a heron. Oh, let me flip you over. That heron just flew. It looks much. Oh, well, you basically can't see him anymore. Yeah. So I have still some stuff in the apartment. I have my vacuum cleaner. I have 2 folding tables that I just forgot about. They were behind a door, so that and then my space heater for my bathroom. So I have like it one more load and I'll be fine. Other than the things that just legit don't fit in my car. So I really want this person to pick them up before 8 o'clock because I'm tired again. I have to get up and deal with the internet because I don't have internet at my new place yet, and it's Monday and I have to start working. Hello and welcome to this utter mess of a podcast episode. I'm your host, Steph, and I'm podcasting to you from my brand new apartment, very messy, in downtown Columbus, Ohio. We are still under a shelter in place, so I have basically stayed inside. I did go outside yesterday because I had unpacked about half of my boxes and one of my friends is moving. So rather than have her buy a bunch of boxes, she's going to use mine. So yeah, other than that, I've been inside. I do have the windows open, so there is going to be some background noise. Hopefully that is okay for you. Background noise typically doesn't bother me. If it does get significantly loud, then I will, stop talking, cut it out. I'm wearing a Rainforest Cafe shirt that my mom got me, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, it's cute. It's got some little owls on it. Let's just jump right in. Please ignore the background. It's terrible, but really I'm gonna get the best light here. It is very cloudy outside. It stormed yesterday, so there's just a lot of very thick clouds, but some very strong sun in between it. So you can kind of see it's pretty sunny right there. Yeah, okay. It is March 29. It is 10:30. And I don't know if I hope I'll be able to edit this. My computer is still packed away. Clearly this desk is a mess. We'll get to all of that. I don't have any completed quests to talk about, but I have gotten some knitting done. First, actually, I want to start off with cross stitch because I have gotten some cross stitching done. So here is what I have worked on. So this is quite a lot of progress since the last time I showed you, and I'm actually starting on the outlines of the random coffee things, and I don't have the pattern in here. Cool. All right, no idea where the pattern is. It is in this bag that I made. I don't know what got on here. I don't know. It's almost like soap or something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna wash this. But this I made as a notions pouch, but I just stuck all of my thread in here because I don't have any cross stitch project bags. That's something that I do need to rectify. But I do have my DMC thread in here. I have this little guy with all my needles. These are like darning needles, not necessarily cross stitch. There are some thin ones. I do have a tape measure in here. I have these gorgeous crane scissors. Oh, I love these. Love them. It is very windy. Yeah, it's very windy. You can hear it. I do have a couple of my stitch markers in here, which is actually really great because I need them. So I'm gonna pull 2 of these out. Or progress keepers, I mean. So there we go. This is Cool Beans. I forget what number, but it is a series by Hands On Design or Heart and Hand. I cannot remember at this point. The fabric is Weeks Dye Works 30 count cappuccino. I'm really liking the fabric. I love the coloring. I'm slightly regretting how bright the red is for the ribbon piece because everything else is muted, but I'm not going back. Not going back. So there is that. And that is for my mom. And I talked about last time in the last podcast that I did purchase some frames for it. So my plan is to put it on sticky board, which I did get sticky board in the mail. So once I finish it, wrap it on sticky board. And I do want to, I think I want to put some sort of fabric border. Oop, dropped my stitch marker. But I don't really know what kind of border fabric I want to use. So that'll come once I've actually finished it. Okay, so that takes us into current quests. And the first one I want to talk about, I am in the middle of a row. I thought about finishing the row before starting podcasting, but I just don't feel like it. So this is my Boho Blush by Andrea Mowry. So here it is, all scrunched up. And this is going to block out, or it better block out, a lot. Whoa. And yeah. So right now I am on essentially the feather and fan again. So there, I think if I hold it against my dark shirt, you can see it. It's right in the middle there. So that is being repeated right up here, and I'm literally on the second row, so you wouldn't be able to see any of it anyway. So there is that. So I am, is the pattern not in here? Okay, there it is. So I'm on section 8 out of 11. I've said it many times. If I feel like if I have enough yarn and I feel like I want it longer, then I'm gonna do it. So there's that. The color, or the yarn, is Cozy Colorworks in the colorway Brick. Here's the ball band. So quite a lot of meterage or yardage on there. And I am knitting these on a 3.5 millimeters. They're Addies that I picked up in Germany in was it Galeria Kaufhof? I can't remember, but it was in a department store in downtown Frankfurt, and it was all the way on the top floor was where all the crafts were. They sold fabric, and they had a bunch of these knitting needles in different sizes. They were all the lace needles, Addie, and I think they were €6 or something, which, You can't get Addies for that price in the United States. So I bought every size that they had available. There wasn't a ton of sizes, I will say that. I wish they had smaller sizes. But you know what? When I go back, because it's not a matter of if, it's when I go back, I'll buy more. I'll pick up more. And probably buy more for other people too. So yeah, that's this guy. This has been very enjoyable to knit, other than this feather and fan. Because you're increasing pretty dramatically before you start the feather and fan. When you get to it, especially the knit two together pieces. If you've ever done feather and fan, I think you kind of understand what I mean by the knit twos togethers. But because there's like an increase, I don't like that. And also every single time, so on this row and again on the one I'm on, I have messed up the feather and fan, and I've had to undo the whole thing because I've messed up right at the beginning. And it's because it's so, like, I notice I messed up when I get to the end of the row. I'm not just gonna keep going, because with feather and fan, you're gonna be off because it's lace. So you can fudge it, but you're going to see it. And I mean, just undo it. Yeah, it takes like 30 minutes because there's almost 400 stitches on the needle at this point. But whatever. It wasn't that bad. So, I was basically right at the start of the garter, and now I can move to be at the start of the feather and fan. Yay! I have this much left of the first skein. I don't know how much this is. I could weigh it, but really it's not that important. So I have 2 whole full skeins left. Yeah. When I finish, I'm going to cut for all of the tassels and then see what I have left. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot. Because I would say I probably have 25 grams left still. Yeah, crazy. Okay, and this is in this adorable bird bag. Love it, love it, love it. Next work in progress is my test knit. I have gotten some progress on this, and hopefully I'm not in the middle of a round. Okay, great. This is the Fields of Flowers by Sarah Ewery, and I am doing 2 colors. So this one is Cosmic Strings, Merino Singles, Aquarius, and this one is Fuse Fiber Studios and our Merino Singles in the Persimmon colorway. She is no longer dyeing, unfortunately, so I nabbed quite a lot of her yarn. So I was weighing this because Sarah gave me the heads up that I might run out of yarn. So what I'm thinking is, I think the yarn that I would run out of is the Aquarius, the Cosmic Strings. So I have been weighing it, and the schematics have so there's 6 sections of this. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't know. Because the ends are already shorter than this section. I would hate to not match, and I only have 1 skein of this. I could always buy another one because I do love this color. I do really love it. So I think maybe, because luckily this one, I believe it's still available. I could always ask, but yeah, maybe I'll just do that. I'll check. But I'm weighing it to see. You know, I could always knock off a couple rows of this because I'm not even finished with this section. And I believe that's the section. Yeah, I will end up repeating the mock broken rib 4 times. So, you know, maybe I'll just do that. I'll knock off maybe 4 rows of that, or just a repeat from every single one, just to make sure that I do end up having enough. Here's what the actual project is supposed to look like. So she's using gradient kits. I don't have gradient kits. I'll be honest, gradients are just not my thing. Just not. I haven't knit any of the fades. I like my yarns to pop, I guess. This is definitely gonna need a good blocking because I feel like the end is going to be a lot wider, and I kind of don't like that. So we'll need to do some strong blocking here. And I have that in my Daisy Girl & Company bag, which has my passport in here because I brought it to the U-Haul because it said you may need your passport for some reason. So I brought that, but here they are. So stick that back in there. And there are 2 sizes of needles that you use. Not sure where the other needle is, so that's great. But there are 2 sizes of needles. I think size 4 and size 5. The next project is my northeasterly blanket. And there it is. Oh, this is the one that I wanted to put the stitch marker on. So where did I put those stitch markers? There, in my lap. Okay, so I'm gonna stick the Eat Me. This is from Sucre, I think it's Sucre Miniatures. I can't remember if it's her or Simply Serving. But this is from a Homespun House's Yarn and Charm Club from a couple years ago. It was her Tim Burton Yarn and Charm Club, and this was from the Alice in Wonderland one. Okay, now we can talk about the northeasterly, which is right here. So I have finished that second piece of gray and knit all of the tan, and then I'm back to gray again. So after the gray, I think I'm gonna do the blue, then gray, then green, then gray. Or no, not gray at the end. So, or maybe I will. I'm not totally sure. Have to see how long I want this, because it's basically gonna be double this. Yeah, I'm not totally sure. But I'm really liking this. This is quite relaxing to knit. I like knitting the gray more than the colors because that's Caron Simply Soft and it's just a bit squeaky in your hand. It is also thicker than this. Plus this is Bernat Baby, so it's softer. But I think they look really well together. Really liking that. Stitch marker is just one I made myself. I went to Hobby Lobby a while back, found a bunch of charms that would work for progress keepers, and then I made them. So this is like some sort of bug. I don't think it's a bee. don't think it's a bee. Some sort of bug. So now we can move that. Oh, and the Northeasterly blanket is a pattern by Skananigans. It is a paid for pattern, but I really recommend it because this is definitely the kind of blanket that I'm gonna want in my house. I'm using ChowGoo interchangeables in size 2, which is a 2.75. Next project you've seen before, but I have changed it. So originally, I was knitting the vanilla rum custard sock pattern by Chrissy Houghton, who is Yarn Cafe Creations, and I just did not like the way it was looking. So you are knitting and then you do a bit of a stitch pattern on the front, and the stitch pattern looked like a mess to me. Like, it just looked like I wasn't knitting right. So I decided to forego that, and I'm just knitting straight up vanilla socks. And since they're gonna be this like spirally stripe, I think that's gonna be fine. Plus, I haven't knit a vanilla sock in a while, so yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm really hoping that my tension stays the same throughout this sock as well as the second sock that I knit, because I would like the spirals to be similar between the two socks. This yarn is Lorna's Laces in her Soulmate, and it is the color Hampstead. So this is what the ball band looks like. I'm not the biggest fan of Lorna's Laces. I just don't like her colors. This one, I'm enjoying it, but it's still very like Easter. Or it just reminds me of Easter. So, got a vanilla sock on the go. This one also has a stitch marker that I made myself. I found the charm and I stuck it on a small ring, jump ring, and there you go, Ohio. This is in this bag that I found at Joann's for 10 bucks, and I really like it. So I can actually just recycle this because I am not going to use that pattern anymore. So that is that. And I cast on something new. Oh, forgot to put my tag in. Oh, and then that means I can put my stitch marker on here. Oh, I should have gotten 3 of them. And this is a Pygmy Puff, also from Homespun House, her Yarn and Charmed Club, and this was a Harry Potter one. Either Sucre Sucre Miniatures or why am I blanking now on the other one that I just named? Simply Serving. Can't remember which one it is, but there is my Pygmy Puff. And I need a third one. Okay, got a third one. This one was from Sweet Sparrow Knits Julie, her advent calendar of 2019. It is a little honeycomb with a little bee. Because the next project that I just cast on is another sock. And it doesn't look like much, but here it is. This is my very first toe up sock. I'm not enjoying this. I don't like, Magic Loop is not my preferred way of knitting socks. I really like 9-inch circulars because you don't get any gaps where the needles are, which I'm not getting so much here, but man, starting this was not pleasant. As a lot of people on YouTube say, it was fiddly. Yeah, it was fiddly. It was a pain in the ass. Yeah, it was my first time, so I'm not really used to it, but still, ugh. Wasn't that big of a fan of it. This is out of the 52 weeks of socks, and it is the very first pattern because I'm going in order. This is Intersections by Marceline Smith, and this is what they look like. This is just information you could all find on Ravelry, so I don't feel bad showing that to you. So she knit hers out of Patton's Croy, or Croy socks, 4-ply by Patton's. Or is it pronounced Payton's? Not really sure. And I'm knitting mine also out of a commercial sock yarn, and it's opal. So this is like a weird gradient opal. Where is the ball band? There it is. It is, oh, it's not opal, it's Regia. Regia Perfect. And so this is what they're gonna end up looking like. And I feel like that's gonna look really good with these cables that are on the sock. Yep, this is colorway 07096. So that is that. I don't know if I haven't done cables on a 9-inch, so we'll see if I enjoy that or if I'm just gonna stick with this. It isn't as bad anymore, but man, when I was down here starting, it was not the most fun. But I am pretty proud of the cast on. It looks very clean. I used the Turkish cast on, and I followed a tutorial on on YouTube, and it was Andrea Mowry's tutorial. So really like that. And with that, now I get a progress keeper on it, which will also help tell me what the front and the back is. There you go. And I am knitting these on size 1, which is a 2.25 or 2.5? 2.25. And there you go. So my plan is to knit through this whole book, and I like to go in order, so that's what I'm doing. I don't think I'm going to keep all the socks. I'll definitely give some of them as gifts. But here's that first one. And I am knitting it in the smallest size, which is just now what I'm doing because I find that the smaller socks are just definitely fitting better for me. And I want to double check on the size. So the smaller size is... The smaller size is 64 stitches, and then the second size is 72 stitches. So cabling is going to pull it in, so we'll stick with the 64 stitches. Oh, and there's a ribbon, so I can just use the ribbon to mark my page. Okay. Perfect. That takes us to Smaug's Trove, of which maybe you've seen this. I grabbed one of Hannah-Lisa Haferkamp, one of her bags. She is no longer going to be selling the bag, so I decided I needed one. I wanted the gray, but I got carjacked, so I went with the white, and I love it. This is so thick. Like, it's almost like if I fold it, this is a pillow. Like, how cool is that? It's rose gold, which looks so nice. So rose gold, This is some like felted wool almost. It's like a wool material. This is a nice linen. I love this up here. I think it's linen. I could be totally wrong. On the inside, it's this natural color. It does have these very large clips. Very large clips up here. And there are 2 pockets. And they go till here. About a little bit further. So they don't go all the way to the bottom, which is totally fine. And you've got the box at the bottom. It's just very roomy. Now it seems very silly to put my socks in here. Don't know what I will put in here. Maybe my Soldotna could go in here. I'm not sure. Maybe. Might be too. We'll see. But I definitely want to use this soon. I do need to find a project bag for these though. And that's it for Spouks Trove. I have been wanting to buy some yarn to support, but with the move, it's just not been something that I've just taken the time to do. But that takes us into a novel idea, which is where I talk about the books that I have been reading. And I haven't read other than this weekend. I'm kind of doing a readathon that I am vlogging, so you'll get a vlog plus this video. But I have finished 2 books. And the first one is A Countess Below Stairs by Eva E. Botson. I loved Eva Botson when I was younger. I have read so many of her books. And I have several that are in this styling. They're historical romance for like middle grade teens. It was very enjoyable. I could totally see this as a, why am I forgetting my words today? As a Hallmark movie. Like, this so could be a Hallmark movie. It is about Anna, who, she's Russian royalty. She's a countess. And after the Russian Revolution, she and her family flee Russia, and they, basically have no money. Their jewels are stolen, and they make it to England, and her family is now, working, I guess. I could have just ended that sentence. So Anna decides that she's going to be a maid in this household, and she's basically perfect. Everyone likes her. She never does anything wrong, and if she does, it's like innocent. You laugh it off. And then the other woman of the story, of course, is evil. So it's a very simple story about her and the male character. He comes back from the war. He is trying to save his house, kind of like Downton Abbey, and so he's going to marry this nurse. She nursed him back to health, and she wants the title. So she's a fan of eugenics, and she has all these prejudices against people, which of course this household has all manner of people, so that we can, put it in the story for this woman to be mean to. And then of course it's happily ever after at the end. So I gave it 3 stars. There were a couple things that I didn't appreciate. They called one of the characters a slut in this book, and I don't know, for a young adult middle grade, I didn't think it was necessary. And then one of the uncles, he liked he basically likes to sexually harass the servants, and they laugh it off, and it's brought up multiple times about how it's innocent, and I don't think it is innocent. I think it's inappropriate, so I didn't like that part. But yeah, a Countess Below Stairs, Eva Botson. Even though there's those two things in here, I still recommend it, and as a child, I know I would have loved this book as well. The second book that I finished is Kitchen Confidential, Adventures in the Culinary World by Anthony Bourdain. I gave this 4 stars. I listened to this on audiobook, and it's crazy how much drug use is in the culinary world, and I know that's not going to be the case everywhere, and this is like in the 70s and 80s, but it's just mind-boggling. I don't do drugs. I have no need to do drugs. Oh, this is okay, so this is like where my pants are. So, and my pants are elastic, so that looks really flattering. Great. Cool. Yep. That looks really bad, actually. Maybe I need to pull my pants down. Yeah, see how you can like, yep, so then, there, it's a bit better, I think. I don't know. This shirt doesn't look very flattering on me. It's like accentuating, because I'm sitting down, so you get, you know, your little chubs, your chub rolls. We all have them, no matter how small you are, you still have them when you sit down. Yeah, okay. Mental note about this shirt. What was I talking about? Oh, Kitchen Confidential. Yeah, so I don't do drugs. My friends don't do drugs. I've never wanted to do drugs. I am also not an alcoholic. I don't need alcohol. I actually really only drink it in social settings. I don't often drink it alone because it's empty calories at that point. So it was just really different to listen to it. Lots of curse words. So if you've watched Anthony Bourdain's shows, I think you get his aesthetic and the way that he talks and acts. It's very similar to that. I mean, he is who he is. And I really, really enjoyed it. It was very entertaining to listen to his failures and his successes. One of the podcasts that I listen to, Book Riot Podcast, it is a podcast about bookish news, and they have an episode where they talk about Kitchen Confidential, and I wanted to listen to the book before I listened to that podcast episode, so I'm good to go. I can continue on. He does have a couple other books, and I do plan to listen to those on audiobook as well. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it. And that is it for books, and that takes us now to life. As I said earlier, I moved. I'm in my new apartment. It's not a complex. It is a building in downtown Columbus. Oh, all the clouds are gone now. It's like really sunny and stupid windy. I hope this isn't gonna be super annoying with the wind because it's very windy. Yeah, so this is probably gonna be the fastest I've ever unpacked because I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything, but I want to get some furniture and I'm just not really sure about the logistics of getting that furniture. That was my plan when I moved, was to buy a couch, buy a dresser. One of my birthday gifts is another bookshelf from my parents. And I told them to not give it to me until I had moved because, you know, that's one last thing that I have to move. So I'm still getting that. They just said, you know, let them know when. Wow, that was strong. They said let them know when I'm ready for it, which I would love to have it right now because my books are just crowding and I'm gonna color theme my books this time. Don't know how I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna love the aesthetics, but I'm probably gonna, like, it's probably gonna drive me nuts when I'm trying to find a book, but we'll see. Yeah, so couch, shelf, dresser. I also want to get an under the sink shelf unit thing for the bathroom, because it's, you know, it's a big area, but I don't have many tall things, so I'm wasting a lot of space. So I do want to get some sort of shelf unit in there. Just trying to be as economical as I can with the space that I have. Yeah. Oh, and I also want a new nightstand. I still have the old one, but my mom is going to take that once all of this is over. What else? So I'm doing my readathon this weekend. I ordered shrimp pizza last night. Very good, very good. I don't know. There's not much to talk about because I haven't done anything other than unpack and read and knit and work. I have worked a lot. It's a lot. It's like mentally exhausting because you're just constantly having to do rush requests, and I still feel like I'm getting into the swing of it and like learning, but yeah. I think that's it. This is going to be a shorter episode. I see that I'm only at 40 minutes, but I'll have all my typical montage at the beginning. But yeah, I hope everyone else out there is doing okay. I know I've watched a lot of podcasts and everyone's, you know, we're okay, hope you are. But I genuinely do hope everyone's okay. I'm totally fine. This whole quarantine thing is fine. Is not bothering me one bit. I'm not bored. I honestly wish I had more time. I'm sad that it's Sunday already and that I have to go back to work tomorrow. Yeah, my plants are doing fabulous. Other than my peperomia plant, its biggest leaf, for whatever reason, just fell yesterday. So that's depressing. Yeah, it's real windy out there. I feel like I have blabbed on long enough. I need to sort all of this back, and I'm hungry, so I'm probably gonna make some lunch, and I will talk to everyone later. If you like the podcasts, let me know. You know, put a little comment down there. That always makes me really happy. Like the video, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. It's a Traveling Knitter podcast. Join the podcast group on Ravelry. I really need to write the show notes in there. It takes so much time, and I don't know if they're beneficial to if anyone even looks at them. Yeah. I think that is it. So, I'm just like flubbing. The weather is getting warm, yet I checked, and it's supposed to be in the 40s again starting tomorrow, which I think will be okay, because again, I'm not going outside, and I'm hoping it will actually cool my apartment down. My apartment has been pretty warm. I think it's from all the sun. The windows have been open since Friday. Just gonna keep them open. The heater air conditioning unit is off. Okay, I think I'm done blabbing. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you have any questions, let me know down below or on social media, wherever, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.